Hello everybody, welcome back. This is round 4 of this modern daily. I think I called the last one a legacy daily. We're not mulliganing this hand. We've already lost 2 minutes off the clock, and you saw how much that actual Leyline of the Meek. Okay, it's a Leyline deck. I don't know exactly what that means, and I shouldn't have actually popped this. I'm going to get this Watery Grave, take damage, and pass the turn. Probably because I lost 2 minutes and I'm trying to rush a little bit now, and I need to realize I've got 23 minutes left. Hideaway land, that'll be fine. So it's a token deck of some kind. Tokens get +1/+1. Okay, I can deal with that one. Carolyn just got home. Say hi, Carolyn.
Hi.
So I'm not going to be here alone. You guys may hear some other noises in the background. That's just her. She's a real life person, and I don't expect her to be quiet, and neither should you. So yeah, take that as you will. Probably could have let that come into play tapped. Should have assumed that he had hideaway lands, tokens, and whatnot. But I think for right now, let's see. Raise the Alarm's a card that I'm not too worried about. So I'm going to pop this down, and we'll make decisions based out a little bit from now. We still have the Spell Pierce, so if he does play something that can't think of anything. I was going to say if he plays something I care about, I will go ahead and do that, but it looks like next turn we're probably going to be Night's Whispering, going and fetching out basic. No, we need a green source, so that's something. I should have fetched this for green-black, but that would not have left up this, so. And we needed the blue, so yeah. That's a thing. We can leave up the blue source still. Now we can just Night's Whisper ourselves with blue, or we need black. Black, green. Alright, so we got a little bit. 7 cards in hand, as you can see. And this card is going to be amazing in this. I'm assuming that it will, at least. Seeing as it will kill off a lot of the different things. But for right now, I mean, we should be fine. So blue-white. And Lingering Souls. I'm going to go ahead and Spell Pierce this one, and on the flashback, I'll remand it. And that'll take care of any token shenanigans that our opponent may have. We may be Gift Sing. I could put that back on top of their library, but there's no point. We're just going to kind of pass where we are now. Trying to think what we may want. Kind of depends on what our opponent shows us. So there's the flashback from the Lingering Souls, as promised. So that takes care of that. We keep the card in hand. We get Havengoal Lich, which I'm not too thrilled about. I mean, there's different things that we could do with that. It'll give us the machine gun effect when we get it down and get to using it. But for right now, it's not going to do too much. Let's go ahead and fetch out, and let's get... Tomb seems like a good one. No, we won't pay 2 life. There's a Ghost Quarter. Huh. I'm going to pop this Jace out here and start drawing cards with it. There we go. Into a remand. And we do have remand mana. It may not look like it, but we do actually have remand mana. And it's not a terrible idea to actually get that if he does something strenuous, I guess would be the word. And that's simply because what we can do with this, and I know what I should be getting with this now. We're going to get the Engineered Explosives lock, Life from the Loam, and probably Promise of the Bunrai. If you do, when a creature you control dies, sacrifice it. If you do, put 4 colorless spirit tokens into play. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to remand that. I could deal with it other ways, but there's no point in having to deal with a bunch of creatures right away. So we're just going to thin out a little bit more, draw another card, and even though we can't catch this Lich now, we can still do other things. So into an Abrupt Decay. Promise of the Bunrai. Where's his graveyard? Does he have nothing in the graveyard? Does he really have nothing? Alright. So, no need to Noxious Revival. That's awesome. That's one of the things that I was looking at actually going to gifts for. We have 7 cards, and I plan on gifting at the end of this turn. Let's just go ahead and draw a card. Better to have the options. Eternal Witness, that's going to change my mind on gifting this turn, if I could play it. Got rid of that second green, that causes an issue. Let's go ahead and cancel there, and I'm just going to drop this down at 0. That'll stop us from actually having to get rid of anything.
Hi.
Hi. I see you found the cinnamon rolls. They were very good.
I know.
Alright, so what's our opponent doing? I don't know what the black and the blue is for. I would assume Geistes ain't trapped, but we haven't seen one yet. We can probably start the machine gun process here shortly. We're going to need to win this still. Possibly some more games afterwards. Let's see, so there's white. And we do have this damnation as well, so that is a bonus. Probably should have put that back on top. I'm going to let this promise go. There's no good reason as for me to get it, and just going to go ahead and gifts. And now we should have this pretty much locked up. It's just a matter of figuring out our gifts piles, which, if I get anything to say about it, let's see. What did I say we wanted? We have part 1 of that, so where's the loam and the academy ruins? And let's go ahead and snatch one of the land destruction spells, and looking for the discard spell. Raven's Crime. And do I want Tectonic Edge? No, I think I want to just take out his lands. Well, I almost think Liliana might be a good call. I'm going to go for Snapcaster, actually. Odd man out. Snapcaster gives us both spells as far as that goes. And all that we have to do is deal with this before it actually becomes an issue. So I expect we'll get the Snapcaster Mage. I'd expect the Loam would stay in our hand as well. That'll give us the Raven's Crime in the yard. And yeah. We'll be able to Loam back the Ghost Quarter 3 lands. And from there we can have up to 2 to deal with stuff. Snapcaster to the yard. Don't care. Okay, so he gave us that. That's interesting. Draw effects. Let's go ahead and take this loam. Let's get at him a little bit. We got a little bit of time before we actually start doing anything, so let's just kind of get stuff and get it all set up. So let's see. We still have a green source or a black source in the deck. Let's just go ahead and get that. Should have gotten that one. We have 2 black sources. Cool. Yeah, 2 black sources. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this, and we can produce black, and that'll let us bring back these Raven's Crimes. So his hand size should be taken care of at this point. Yep, discard, my friend. And one more. So now we have 5. We have a damnation for next turn. We have this, so in theory we should be okay, because I can blow this for 0 to take care of any tokens and take care of that at the same time, right? That's what I'm thinking. Shouldn't have countered that other promise, but we'd have just been discarding cards. We did get back down to 7, and I did not use Jace. Spectral Procession. Yeah, that's fine. Is this whenever a creature? Okay, so it doesn't care token or not. Okay, so I think no, we're not gonna do anything with that. What I can do is I can decay this. I guess I need a black. Let me use one of these. Let me cancel this for a moment. Decay, green, black. Let's see. I only get one discard this time, and I don't want to discard this just yet. So we won't use Jace. I know you guys are probably just raging over there like, use Jace! But there's no good reason for me to use Jace. Let's go ahead and get rid of the card that he's got in hand. Which is a Path to Exile. And now let's blow this. And if we need to, we can always put it back on top of our deck. So should be pretty much easily dealt with at this point. He's got all the mana he's going to need for things, but we've got all the solutions to all the problems. That's going to be fun. Machine gun, go! I wish this guy had hexproof. That is one thing that I do wish he had. But that would make him a little bit too good. And that's what I'm actually looking for, is that creature that's just too good. I haven't seen one yet. Lingering Souls, okay. Yeah, that would typically do something, but I'm not going to worry about it for right now. We're not going to do anything there. I'm just going to go ahead and play Lich. And 5. And then pop this Breeding Pool. Would I like to pay 2 life? Yes. Just gonna evoke him now. He can see this combo if he'd like. And we'll kill that one. I am gonna pump Jace by 2. Come on, die. And boom. We're not replacing the effect. We already played a land this turn, so yeah. All we need him to do is not have a Path to Exile, and we should be okay. Let's see, that's 1, 2 activations of the machine gun, or we can just put something back, the EE back on top. 3, Promise. Yeah, that's awkward. So let's see. You can probably flash back the souls at this point. Jace is going to survive. This is okay still. So we'll put... What are we going to put on top? We could put it on top. We could just revival it back to the top of our library, draw it, machine gun that guy, and then blow it for 0. I like that idea. That idea sounds awesome. Cast it for 2 life. Let's make sure we get it. So, stretch. That one. And nope, no replacement. So, first things first, Shrink Maw. Yeah, Shrink Maw. Evoke it. Take out that one. Okay. He gets all its activated abilities. Should just always yield to that. Go there. That'll trigger his Promise. That will allow me to do this. I can pump Jace again, and then flashback Raven's Crime. Using this one. Probably should have waited on that one, on that part of the whole ordeal. Uh-oh, I think we just pulled out of the game server. Nope. Yep. Nope. Okay. Just lagging behind for some strange reason. Come on. I just want to swing for 4. Now this is game 2? 1. This is game 1. Yeah. Yeah, this is game 1. So Jace is at 5. We can start pulling back our threats. So we're talking about reviving the Shriekmaw, and that's it right now. The Snapcaster Mage is down there as well. Okay. So if need be, well, we can't do it right now, but what we could do at some point is activate this, pull back the Snapcaster, and have one of the counter spells that's available. Or the Decay, depending on what we need. Lots of interactions. What do you got? Okay, Spectral Procession. We will simply put that back on top. Then we'll play it and crack it. Nope, no replacements. Just put it out there. And put 2 into it. And then I will draw a card for another gift. I think it's okay and we can pull this back up. Come on, just to have something else that we can do a little bit of damage with, and anything that I want, I'll just take this. Just in case he's got something. Yes, swing, go. And this should be pretty much locked up at this point. I don't think we'll have to worry too much about things. This one turned out to be a slower game, but hey, as long as we don't lose the next one, we should be golden. Do I wish to use this ability? Yes, because if I have a land, okay. So that's gone. We're okay here. We're still just drawing a card. And let's go ahead and activate this. Those 2 and go. Your turn. Nothing? Yeah. Alright. Phone keeps buzzing. I thought it was Carolyn playing Words with Friends.
Nope. Carolyn's finishing this.
Ah. Let's see. We want another Damnation, another Engineered Explosives, and that should be pretty much all that we want. Not too keen on either of these. The removal that we have isn't really going to cut it either, but it's what we got. So, yeah. The Spell Pierce would actually be better than one of those removal spells. Let's take this one. And go. Alright. That's not too bad. It should work out. Yeah, we can do this. All we have to do is win this game and not time out. If we time out, we're doomed. Well, I shouldn't say if we time out. If we lose this, we're doomed. Playing with the world's smallest mouse. I'm going to pause this so you don't have to hear me rant. Alright, we're back. We're not keeping this. As you see, there's only 1 land, and that's not going to work. This hand we will be keeping. So, I think I'm going to start off with Leyline of Sanctity. Yay. Remember that discard I took out? Yep. Alright, so we're going to start off with this, and we'll go from there. We'll make decisions based on that. We do have to worry about him just pumping in tons of basically pump spells, but for right now, I think we'll be okay to just let it kind of go. Hideaway land, cool. So, yeah, that'll work. Come on. And I'm assuming that he brought in either some type of, well, I'm assuming he brought in some type of hate. I don't know what kind, but I'd assume that it was some kind. There we go. No, we're not going to take damage for that. And this time I'm going to go ahead and pop that down because I don't have a choice with that one. We have this up for turn 2. We had it up for turn 1. We'll have it up for turn 3, as well as the ability to draw cards if we need be, or if need be. So, and I'm probably gonna draw cards with this before I actually play my land for turn, and that's simply because, well, he's got a blue source now. I'm not too worried if that gets countered. I just don't want him getting tokens. Spectral Procession. I think that one's worth it to steal away from him. Always. Yeah, Spectral Procession does a little bit too much there, guy. Alright, so we got a tomb. Let's go ahead and Night's Whisper. Maybe we can find a fetch land. I am the best at this. Let's see. What can we do with that? That's Damnation and other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this down. We have 2 blue already. Yeah. Kind of want that back. So let's just fetch and get the tomb. Interesting choices. I am going to pay the 2 life here. I plan on gifting at the end of his turn. Unless he plans on doing something. I could screw with his draw and just put a land on top. But I don't think that that's worth it. I think that there are better things that I could be doing with myself. This is his end step. Oh, he can't be targeted. Interesting. Okay. Well. That's a thing. Let's go ahead and just drop the Batter Skull then. And I think I'm going to put the Night's Whisper back on top of my deck and draw 2 cards next turn. What you got over there? White, white. Counterspells need blue. Raise the Alarm is the only token maker that's I can think of. Delay. Well, okay. In 3 turns, we'll stare that thing down and go from there. My gifts is really lacking right now. Yep. Okay. I was going to put that other card back on top. But for right now, I think let's get that. And we'll cast this guy. Green, green, colorless. We don't need to kill this yet. There's not a lot that it actually will do. Need to put that back on top. Next turn we can Night's Whisper and attack or do what we need to. Path? I don't mind you pathing. It's just more land for me. Let's see, we have 3 blue sources, 2 green, and 4 black, so we'll go for the forest. We have 2 more turns until that comes. I'm just going to put an Always Trust on that stop. And we can get rid of that as need be. We don't know what that is. Spectral Procession. Guess what? Not every time. So, yeah. There we go. And always yield to that. So there's our Knight's Whisper, which we will cancel that for a second. Yeah, which we will be getting. Should have left that one alone. Man, that thing's throwing off all my plans. So then we'll attack, and depending on what he does, we may do something. Well, that is not fair. Oh, my opponent is going to be very upset here shortly. I believe the proper term is butthurt. Unless he's got another delay, then that's just going to blow. Oh, he's got another delay. Yep. Alright. So, there's that. In 3 turns, we'll be able to deal with it. For right now, let's just... No. And we're going to get in for 3. Yeah. Next turn, we get the Batter Skull. I'm going to be a little bit hurt this time. And before he attacks, we will Ghost Quarter that thing. So we get a Batter Skull next turn. We're Ghost Quartering this thing. In 3 turns, we get that, which right now he can't race this very well. We're going to get the Lich here shortly. If he knew that we drew this too, it'd just be like the worst feeling ever for him. We're going to have to go ahead and always accept that one as well. Stupid delay. Isn't this card in a foreign language called retard? I'm pretty sure it is. Like, there's enough of those cards that are just like they're supposed to be fringe, but they do things. Like, their names are funny. Like Savage. What is Wild Mongrel's foreign name? It's like in French or something like that. I forget. Oh, there's a bunch of them where you just like you look at them in your language and it says it in another language and you're like that means something entirely different. And he didn't swing. Interesting. Yep. Here it comes. And we're catching back up on the clock as well. What is that? Upkeep, instant sorceries. Well, I put in always for that, so I don't know why it's even bothering me. That one. Okay. Well, now I'm casting it. Do you have another delay? No? Okay, then I get a 4/4. 4/4 lifelink. And this one I wanted to actually do the other thing for that. So, there's an Abrupt Decay. Let's go ahead and pop that. And I think we're okay to animate this one. Let's make sure that we leave the Abrupt Decay up. So, oops, wrong color. Blue, black, black, 1. And now we get in with those 2. What's going on? I'm assuming, yeah, Path to Exile. Okay. Yes, I'd like to use that ability. Still going for the Forest. Next turn, we can start getting in the hard way. An Intangible Virtue would be able to be dealt with, so I'm not too worried about that. There's that. Always yield. Alright. So let's Run it back. This time with a 4/4 in the mix. And if he tries to double up on one of these, we can easily just take it out. The only thing I can think of that works like a misdirection in this format is Willbender, and that's a morph. I guess redirect and all those other ones, Twincast is not a redirect effect. Like there's actual redirect, blue-blue redirect in the format. But as you see, he does not have blue-blue. Willbender, on the other hand, is like 3 of anything and then blue 1 to turn over, I think it is. And he's blue 1 to play. Oh, dude, you do not want to do that. I'm okay with that, aren't I? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Boom. Down to too few tokens to care. And we still have this guy to be able to rebuy back if need be. We have an artifact in the form of Batterskull that will deal with a lot of the problems that we have. I'd say we're in pretty good shape to not lose. Hey, I was just talking about you. Well, I've been talking about you the whole match, actually. Yeah, raise the alarm. Good old Mirrodin. Dampening Matrix wouldn't be a terrible idea in this as a sideboard option to be able to take care of artifacts and creature abilities. Okay. Well, sir, I think I gotcha. This should be coming back. Yep. It's time. 3 turns have passed. Delay does not win games. Just delays the loss. Okay. Last time counters move, trigger, cast it. It's got 0, which is exactly what he doesn't want. And we drew another one. And by another one, I mean another sweeper. So our token gets hit. But I'm not too worried about our token. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Black, blue, colorless. And get in for 5. Not lethal, but lethal all the same. Yep. Yes, I would. I'll replace a land that he's taking away from me. Yeah, so look how far we are into the game, and we have 3 blue sources with the option to go get a 4th. This is what I was talking about earlier. So we're no longer paying that 3. We'll be able to pop that down. We could probably, let's see, that's 5. We're 2 lands away from being able to equip and pop it down. But once it's down, he doesn't have any creatures on his side. I don't have any on my side, so it's a vanilla 4/4, but he's only at 4 life. I think we should be okay. We've also only eaten like 7 minutes off of our clock, which is a lot better than it was last time. And shortly after this, I'll be in the shower getting ready to go to work, so you will not get another episode after this or another match after this. So, sorry, everybody. Looks like our opponent didn't draw what he needed in order to win. Next turn we would have had, oh god, we'd had more answer. Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. I hope you guys had fun. Feel free to give any suggestions for cards. My idea on suggestions, okay, so somebody did something really stupid, and I try and put it in the information for everything. I'm very open to constructive criticism, but you have to give me a reason. Justify your reason as to why you're right. If you just put down like this over this, I'm going to assume that you're slightly ignorant of any situation possible. I don't even care unless it's something like hand on stove equal burn, common sense. I'm not going to actually pay you any attention. I'm going to ask you for a justification and probably be insulting at the same time. And it's not an intent to be insulting. I just come off that way. So, if you have any type of criticism, justify it. You could justify it with, say, something like, you should play Day of Judgment because I like the color white. I'll take that justification. I may not take your advice, but I'll take that justification. And it's not that hard to just come up with a reason. The more that you're able to justify it, the more heavily that I'll actually pay attention. that should be how most things are. I'm not just going to take your word because you say, oh, well, you should play a Dark Blast because it's good. Like, that's not a justification. Well, technically, I just classified that as a justification, so I'll buy it as a justification. I just won't listen to you. But, yeah, I'm going to stop ranting here. Carolyn's getting sick of hearing my voice, so I'm pretty sure you guys are. I will talk to you all again next time. Hope you guys enjoy the matches, and bye-bye.